Cheers. Well, I thought I would introduce myself. Welcome to our channel. I don't even have a name for the channel anymore. Not anymore. Not that I ever had it. I'm thinking Rollin' with Bolin. That's my fiance's last name. I don't know. We'll see how this turns out. My name is Jennifer. My fiance's name is David. He's at work right now. And I thought I would just film an intro video because we have not introduced ourselves yet. We're new to this. I say this, the RV lifestyle. I'm in the RV right now. We have a 39-foot Forest River Salem. My fiance travels for work. He is a commercial drone pilot and he works on the wind farms. And we basically go to wherever his job site is. And, you know, a typical time frame would be 2 to 3 weeks at a certain spot. I've been out on the road here and there with him, but this is our actual first run. This is it. You're looking right at it. So welcome. This is our first run at full-time RVing. So I already know it's going to be a journey. I am not so rose-colored that I'm completely blind to know that, yes, there's going to be some ups and downs with this, to say the least. We've actually already experienced that. That's a whole other story. I'm going to try to keep this together. I hope in future videos you guys will bear with me. My mom always says, finish your sentences, and my brain is like a squirrel. And I don't finish my sentences. So welcome to my channel. I'm sorry. Anyway, this is it. This is our first time full-time RV living. I have basically rented our home out and moved everything in here. I have been massaging for the past 20 years or so of my life, always working in the spa industry, and I myself have my drone license as well, and I have done the cell tower inspections, which I'm not currently doing that at the moment, but I'm kind of in limbo between everything right now. I'm just getting settled in and figuring this all out. So I just wanted to sit down and have a cup of coffee with you and just explain everything, kind of my why. And this is honestly for myself too. I've been so back and forth on doing this channel, just because I'm the type of person that, I don't want to say I hate screen time. I don't want to be sucked in to, you know, how do I say this? I think my biggest purpose for this is that, you know, this isn't like suck it to the man or, you know, anything like that, as far as, you know, like, okay, for example, the movie Into the Wild. That movie inspired me so much. And I know it has a lot of other people as well. It's just one of those movies that you just go, God, it makes you question your life, you know? And not just that movie, but just throughout my entire life, I've always felt like that. I've always, you know, obviously since COVID and things like that, people have been, you know, RV living and van life and all that, you know, has been on the rise. And I've just always wanted to try it, you know. It's so hard. Well, I say it's so hard. It's so hard to go from, you know, bricks and sticks to something like this, because you're downsizing. You may not have the same job that you've always had. You're moving away from friends and family. There's just a lot that goes along with it that isn't just as simple as sell your stuff and go, you know, travel the world, which is very appealing to some people, to each their own, you know. Every situation is different. Some people have kids. you know, our situation is we have 4 dogs and a cat. My son is old enough to be on his own, so, you know, it's different. I know that there's families that travel with 4 or 5 kids and infants and, you know, all different not types of ages, size of ages. I don't even see. This is the problem. This is where my brain come up with words. Can I just show you my cat real quick? Look at this. Kiki. Psst, psst, psst. I don't even know if you can see her. We have this inside joke because she always sits like that, and we'll just take pictures and like I'll send it to my fiance, and it's just funny because she's like all sprawled out. Anyway, again, squirrel brain. So yeah, my why, I guess some people might look at this and be like, well, she's obviously having a midlife crisis, and label it what you will. I just want to do this. You know, I've had plenty of conversations with a lot of my clients, and even my own dad, you know, my parents, they're both retired, and the way the system is set up, you know, it's like save, and then when you're old enough to retire, you either physically can't do the things that you want to do, or, you know, you don't have the money or the time, or, I mean, there's all these excuses. And I think for me, my biggest thing was to do it now, because it's the cliche, life is too short. We hear it 1,000 times, but until you really lose someone close to you and you fully experience that, it gets really real. Just like any situation in life, you know, we never know what tomorrow's going to bring. And I think that there's a fine line between, like I said, where you just throw caution to the wind and go, and there's nothing wrong with that either. Like, there's people who sell all their belongings, they're like out the door, you know, peace out, see you later, don't let the door hit you on the way out. And then there's people who, you know, methodically do this. They save up for a couple years or whatever, and like I said, you know, there's no right or wrong way to do this, I guess, is kind of part of my why, and why I want to share our journey and just hopefully inspire someone to go live life, like as simple as that is. And I have so much to say. I'm very passionate about this. I really, it's a big part of my why. And I have so many people that I have watched on different YouTube channels that have inspired me. Like, I still watch them to this day. I'm honestly, I shouldn't admit the amount of hours that I have watched on YouTube. And I think that's what kind of like where the friction is for me, because, you know, filming your life in general is personable. It's personal. You know, and being vulnerable enough to put yourself out there and that sort of thing. But at the same time, like, I have sat and cried and felt all the feels of inspiration and hope and just cheering people on, you know, like, just like, I guess it feels weird because it's YouTube and social media, but then, you know, it's no different than watching a movie or watching a documentary about someone's life, because at the end of the day, like, we're all human, and connection is, you know, a part of life. And I just hope to show someone out there who thinks that it can't happen, or that, you know, they can't do it. I just hope to inspire somebody out there. So anyway, that's pretty much my why. I mean, I could probably sit here and talk to you for hours. My gosh, I'm here all day by myself anyway, so until my fiance comes home, which I love. I mean, I'm a very to myself, I don't want to say antisocial. I would be perfectly fine going out on my own. As a matter of fact, in 2020, before I met my fiance, I was doing that. I was in the process of selling all my things. Like, I didn't have a couch to sit on. My mom's like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "Sorry, I don't." You know, there's like, I was down to 4 forks, and it was just funny. Like, I don't think that we're ever gonna necessarily see eye to eye, which is fine. But it's funny to me because it's just different strokes for different folks. But anyway, I was in the process of, you know, hoping to maybe sell my house. I wasn't even sure what I was doing. I was just like, screw it, I'm gonna go for it. And I was selling my things, and I went out on a kayak. It was a kayak group from Facebook, outdoor group, and that's where I met my fiance, and the rest is kind of history. And here we are 5 years later. So it's laughable, you know. It's like, and that's just a part of life. Like, it never goes like you planned at all, and who knows what the heck is going to happen with this, you know. But I'm here for it. I'm a creature of comfort, and so this is very uncomfortable for me. Not the downsizing and living in the trailer, but just the unknown. You know, I like my securities, and you know, anyway, that's probably for another video. But for example, we've already had the trailer in the shop because we blew the converter, I guess, somehow. Before, like, I was actually supposed to move into the trailer, and my fiance had to go stay in a hotel for work. He normally works out of the trailer, but anyway, just things like that you never know what's going to happen, you know. Like, we completely lost power, and that's just a part of it, you know. It sucks when things go wrong. We've blown like 3 tires already. I mean, it's always something, you know. It's like you got a home on wheels. Like, it's bound to happen. So anyway, I think I'm going to try to keep this short, and I will give you guys a tour in another video and introduce all the dogs. But I just want to say cheers, and thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.